Hi guys, and welcome back to my house. My name is Sage, and in today's video, we're gonna go underneath the kitchen sink for a little organization. Now, I didn't buy a bunch of fancy organizers, but I did make it function well. So one of my favorite suggestions or tips for saving space underneath my sink is to not forget that you could use vertical space instead of just your horizontal space. And you also want to use your frontal space instead of the back space the most often. So what I mean by that is that I have these three little, they're containers I got from the dollar store, and they stack to store things, and I just bought three of them and stuck them up. They come in different colors, and it uses this space well. And all of these things are easy for me to access. They're things that I access frequently, and so the point was to have an easy in and easy out, because these things I reach for every day. I just keep things like extra rags, and I labeled them so it's easy. I mean, I know what goes in them, but my roommate may not always know what goes in them, so it just kind of helps keep him on track. So in here I have rags for when I'm cleaning like extra dirty things, not the dish towels that I use on a regular basis, but rags. You know how like sometimes you get like a really super mess and you don't want to get it on your good towels, so you just use a rag. Or like if you're cleaning something really dirty that you don't care if it gets stains, then I'll use one of those. And I have a bucket next to my washing machine that I'll put them in to wash. In another bin I have my dishwasher tabs, and the reason I took them out of my out of the container they come in is I saw this tip. I'm pretty sure it was Do It on a Dime, Catherine from Do It on a Dime, and she did this, and I really liked it. And it makes it really easy to grab right away without having to try to undo a lid or unstack something. It's just right there and easy to grab, and it's also easy to fill when I get a new one. And because this space holds a lot, I don't have to like try to find space for the spare tub of them when I get close to being empty. And on the cabinet door I have a command hook in which I used a binder clip to connect or just hold a little towel that I use to dry my hands before I get into my dishwasher tabs. You know how, I don't know if you've ever grabbed one of these with wet hands, but they like dissolve and make the most ridiculous mess ever inside of your cabinet. So I always dry my hands, make sure they're dry before I grab one to put it inside of my dishwasher, which is right there. And on the top I have trash bags for our different types of trash, trash cans that we have. And I buy them in bulk, but I only keep a few out here. That way it's easy to grab without having to climb in the pantry, which is that way, to grab, one trash bag. Another example of vertical space is how I put a tension rod on the top here, and it holds my dish drying pads. I don't use dish racks. I think they're disgusting and harbor a whole bunch of bacteria. So I have my dish draining pads up here. Sorry if you like dish drainers, but I don't. Anyways, back to storage. Another tip is to get containers to store and separate different types of cleaners that you use. I have two bins here that store my cleaners. I have one that for the items that I use every single day, every time I clean in my kitchen, as well as another container that I use to store items that I use, but like probably once or twice a week. And this container, this is just a reused, it's actually a metal tin from an old Fry Daddy. So you can repurpose things. You don't have to purchase anything to use as a container, but just look around you, see what you have. If you don't want to spend money, just use what you got. This one I actually purchased from the dollar store. If you know me, I'm all about the dollar store. So it's a buck and it's pretty good, So in this I keep things that I use every day, like my Comet or my Method cleaner. I don't know if you guys have ever used this, but it is awesome. It smells so good. It's a French lavender, and it's like a non-toxic cleaner, which I like because you're using it around your food items. It's like $1 more than normal stuff, but I like it, and it's good. And then I also keep things, like disinfectant and a bleach water mixture that I use every day on my counters. I don't know about you. I'm kind of a freak when it comes to my counters, and I have to use bleach on them at least once a day. to feel like they're clean for my food. Everybody picks on me about it, but that's just me. I don't know. I guess my aunt is the same way, so and maybe it's my genes. I don't know. In the other bin, I have, you know, extra cleaning supplies that, you know, like mop cleaner and sponge and steel wool and, you know, those magic eraser things. But they're all contained. I have a container in a container. So this container, also from the dollar store, holds all the little guys. And then I have other things that I use once a week or once a month or something in this container. And then again, in the back, I have items that I use the least often, like the spray that I use to, you know, Murphy's oil soap to clean your wood and to keep it shiny. That just has a house in the back. Because I access it the least often. It's the farthest away, the hardest to access. And again, the stuff that I'm accessing every day is all in one spot and easy for me to just grab and pull out. It's easy in, easy out. And that's the point of organizing, y'all. Easy in, easy out. It makes life so much better. And then the last thing I keep in here is my cleaning caddy. I did a video all about this. I'll link it below if you haven't seen it, but this is where I keep it because I'm in my kitchen most often, and most of the time when I'm cleaning, I'll actually start in my kitchen, so it's just easy to grab once I finish my dishes. Then I can just grab this and move on to the next space. And then on this door, I have another command hook in which I used some binder hooks to store my dish gloves on. I also did another video about this. I will link them below. And then next to that, this is a command product, and it's just a little tray, and I use it to hold my, you know, my sink stoppers, and this thing that I use to scrape dishes with. It's an old broken spatula. Don't judge me. I at one time had the nice little fancy scraper, but I lost it when I moved, and I use this, and it works. One day I'll actually make it to town and buy a new one, but for now, that's what I use. And that is my under the sink. Don't forget to use vertical space as well as your horizontal space if you're going to organize your under the cabinet. And don't forget that you're going to want to put stuff that you use most often up front, because this is the most easily accessible spot, and put things you use least often in the back. Well, I hope you found something useful in this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this one or any of my cooking videos, please hit that subscribe button. And would you do me a favor and hit that share button with all of your friends and family? Well, thanks for stopping by my house. I'll see you next time.